Welcome to SJGames Live, everybody. Hunter is out this week. My name is Jimmy, and I'll be going over some of our Munchkin International editions that have been published by some of our international publishing partners. So these are some recent releases that have come out. We've got some Munchkins, we've got some Munchkin Warhammer 40,000s. So we'll go ahead and give you a look at a couple of these things and see how they compare to what we put out ourselves. So let's start over here with our Munchkin stuff on the side camera. So first off, we've got our Munchkin from Bureau de Juegos in Argentina, right here. Looks much the same as our Munchkin cover. We've also got Edge Entertainment's take on Munchkin, and they are from Spain. So let's go ahead and start with our Argentinian partners. We'll go ahead and open that up. And got our same box interior, the rule book. And I'm not going to read that to you because that would go poorly because my Spanish is not good. But you're going to see much of the same things you would normally see in a Munchkin book. We have a die, and of course we have our cards. They've gone with a pretty standard look for our normal Munchkin sets. They have not changed much of the graphic design on it, looks like. There's the box you can see with some of their own social media stuff inside of it. Up here and there. And of course the cards. So we're going to go ahead and get the Stream Standard unboxing tool open. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for having it up here so I did not have to catch it. And let's take a look at how this compares with some of our current stuff that we've got. And I will apologize in advance for any of the pronunciations I'm probably likely about to mangle. So you'll just have to bear with me, folks. All right, so we've got our door cards here and our treasure cards. So those will look familiar to you. And looks like we have, start with some of the door cards. Looks like we've got, I recognize that as Ancient. This is the humongous card, but it says, hang on, upside down and foreign is not a way to try to read those. Extraordinariamente Grande, which is our humongous card. Have some of our very recognizable monsters. One of Hunter's favorites here, Mr. Bones. And the gazebo. So these look, this is just like this is the core Munchkin set, and you can tell they are very much the same monsters and stuff you're used to seeing. And this one, aside from the words, looks like they changed the color for the levels, so you can see the levels in a. They've got theirs highlighted in blue. But other than that, it looks very much like your normal standard Munchkin cards. I'll put a couple side by side. Let me see if I can actually find the exact same cards real quick here side by side. So we can compare. Well, there's Humongous. So let's go ahead and put our two Humongous cards side by side here. So yeah, they've pretty much gone straight up. Make sure I don't mix these decks for later. Straight up re-implementation, just a straight up translation for these. Put that back with ours. What else do we have? Any interesting takes on names? We have the that's my favorite so far. Octahedral Gelatinoso, or the gelatinous octahedron. What else do we have here? We've got the Caballo Zombie, or zombie horse. Oh, here's a different one. So I know this the art. This is the Pikachu card in our edition. It's the Elemento de Vomito, the vomit elemental in this edition. Because I did go figure a name-based pun doesn't work in a different language as well. What else do we have? Another one where the name-based pun's been changed. The Demonovias. We have the Vampiro Wannabe.
Booga booga.
Of course, two of the big baddies, the Dragon de Plutonio and Popodzilla. Popodzilla. Feel free to correct me on those, chat, because I'm aware that they are probably terribly mangled. So there's a look at some of the monster differences here in the Argentinian version.
Chat says that G's followed by E's are pronounced like H's.
By H's, okay. I'm not sure which one that applies to, but I will follow that. G, E is H. I think I saw a recent thing on some Welsh that was, or Celtic that was done in a different way. We also have some non-monsters like the Elfo. We have, what do we have for some maledictions, the curses.
Chat is asking for Duck of Doom.
The Duck of Doom. The Duck of Doom. He is. Where is he? We have our lame goblin. Not the Duck of Doom, but another poultry-based one, the Pollo Tereba and Enojado. And Troll. Troll is the same. Same in every language. I've learned that from the internet. The duck is hiding. Where is he? Maybe it's gotten mixed in the other deck when I wasn't looking. Oh wait. The Duck of Doom. El Pato de la Perdición. El Pato de la Perdición. Patos. All right, so there's your Duck of Doom, chat. All right, let's look at the loot in this set. All right. There's our Potion of Friendship. Here's our Dado Cardaggio, the loaded die. The Missile Magico. And the Yelmo de Courage, or Helmet of Courage. That actually sounds worse. The Armadura Viscosa. That seems less pleasant than the original. The Brochetta de Rata, or rat on a stick. What's your favorite original Munchkin item, chat? or Baston de Caballeros. Hang on, let me read this one first, right side up. The Motosierra de la Mutilación Sangrienta, also known as the Chainsaw of Bloody Dismemberment. Bastardo con espada bastarda, our sneaky bastard sword. The Roca Enorme, a really large rock. Here's an interesting one. The Varita de la Rabadomancia, or Busca Tesoros. So they've done a... I do not know Spanish well enough to get the joke here, but they've obviously crossed some of it out and relabeled it as something else. So I'm sure that's a pun going on there. If anyone wants to translate that for us in chat. All right, so that is our partners in Argentina, Bureau de Juegos.
He says it means bastard with bastard sword.
Oh, this one? Yeah. I mean, they're not wrong. So that is our Argentinian version, our partners in Argentina, doing their take on the original Munchkin set. We also have Edge Entertainment's edition, and they are our partners in Spain. So let's pull that one out next. So this is theirs here. So it comes in a smaller box. They've got a little bit of a darker parchment map theme going on in the background. Maybe more evocative of a dungeon crawl is what they're going for there. Our rule book is similarly sized here. And probably can't read that, but you can see the layout in general here. And this is from our partners at Edge Entertainment. All right, so let's see what they got. We got a couple of bags in the box. Let's show the interior of the box here. A couple bags. They've got kind of the loot printed on inside of the box here, and then a Munchkin and the troll, the Munchkin and the net troll on either side of it. So, here, die's hidden underneath the insert, and it's got a little Munchkin head on it. I was like, I hear something under there. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. I'm just going to drop in the middle section here to get this back in the box. Like that. That's probably where it was originally. All right, so nice small little storage box. I like it. Let's go ahead. And so we've got, they've gone with blue backs on the cards here, a little blue hue on them. Let's get those opened up. Oh, they had a little pull tab that I missed. Do I have the fingernails to actually find it? I do. So, easy open. All right, so on these we've got like a little sort of a blueprint looking back to them. Let's go ahead and go down to the overhead and look at a couple of these. Alrighty. So let's go with the doors first. These are our door cards. And these have a little bit of a different look to them. So they've got a little different direction of the graphic design. We got the whole like dark with the parchment background and kind of the map and stuff going on in the background. So leaning really into the whole kind of scrolls and dungeon maps and things on their theme going on here. So we've got the levels on either sides. And then the rules. And this is Edge Entertainment, so they're our Spanish edition. So we have the Hippogriff, the Cephalopodozilla, or Squidzilla for us. We have our other big bad, the Dragon de Plutonium. Up is down and down is up. Got it. All right. We have the clone, is the Petita Me, the mini me, mini friend, small friend, maybe. So rather than so this version of Humongous is enorme, which works as well. I like them both so far. We have a lot more of the curses, the maledictions. I have the some more curses, the changement de classe, change your class curse. We have, of course, for chat, the Canard de l'Apocalypse, which I like. I like that one. Canard de l'Apocalypse. That's nice and poetic. I like that one. I like that one. We have the Super Munchkin. Doesn't need any translation, apparently. Munchkins are Munchkin everywhere.
Chad is saying this edition is French.
Is this edition French? That's
I would agree if you look at
who's
Super Munchkin.
yeah, you're right. So Edge does. No, yeah, Edge is our Spanish partner. So let's see if we've got anything on the back of the box here. Fabrica en España. Yeah, this is made in Spain. You know, Edge does, they do a couple language translations, but I'm pretty sure this is our straight up Spanish translation. I've already looked through those. So that's a lot of our door cards here. Some of our monsters are rat muscle. Again for Hunter, Mr. Nonos. Octavio Gelatino. This may. I'm not actually entirely sure. They may be right, or this may be. Chat, you're gonna have to probably help me out here. I'm not entirely sure on this because some of these don't seem like normal Spanish, but I'm used to Mexican Spanish, not Spain Spanish. So it is Edge Entertainment.fr. So this could be Edge's French version. Made in Spain. Yeah, Obongo. Yeah. Now I'm looking at some of the rules pages and credits. So this is a French version that Edge Entertainment has produced. Edge is based in Spain, but it looks like this is the French translation. Like some of those, I remember are ringing a couple of bells. So yeah, this is probably Edge Entertainment's French translation of the game. All right, so let's go to the treasure deck then. look at some of those. I still dig the graphic design on these. I like the whole like old map look and everything. It's coming along with a lot of these classes and races.
I think the consensus is this is French.
Yeah. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I agree with you guys.
Or someone says Grognard is the same in all languages.
Well, it's true. Like Super Munchkin was the same. It was just Super Munchkin.
But
So.
I mean, technically, Grognard is French.
Oh. Oh. So.
If you go read the history of the word, which I'm not going to elaborate on here, but.
So for those of you that maybe can't hear Brandon off camera, he's saying that technically Grognard is French if you look into the history of the word. So we'll leave that as an exercise up to the viewers. And I apologize for having a conversation with Brandon, not cluing you guys in since you may not be able to hear him off mic. I can hear him just fine. Didn't think about it. Well, I like this one. This is the Horde card. It's just pillage. Our convenient math error. Some potions. I think you're right, guys. Because that's the what is that card in the original one? I want to say it's fizzy water. Let me see if I can look. It's treasure deck. Let me see if I can locate that because I think they've translated that to Champagne, which means, of course, it has to be from the Champagne region of France, right? For it to be truly Champagne. So yeah, it's the yuppie water has been changed to Champagne. So I think we're probably on to France is the correct answer, guys. If you just to see the differences in how the graphic design has been done, they've gone with slightly smaller art and everything to get it down into this more scroll-like look that they've got going on. But I dig it. I like it. What else do we have here in the treasure deck? Do we have oh, the Jolly Balloons. Baguette Associée. It's supposed to be it's a dowsing rod. Like there've been a couple different takes on that one in the international editions. We have the Halberd Suisse Multifunctions, the Swiss Army polearm. De Pip, the die. We covered this one and the other one, but the Casque de Courage. Oh, I like that. The Baton de Napalm. I'm a fan of the Baton de Napalm. All right, so let's see. That's the treasures. Anything that you guys want to see in particular that we missed out on, guys? 11-foot pole. 11-foot pole. Mic check, mic check. We're doing good? Good? All right. Sorry about that, guys. We are now back. So the request was for the 11-foot pole. Of course, they're on metric, so it's the length to 3.5 meters. Length to 3.5 meters. Any other requests for treasures? I just mixed some of those doors in. I shouldn't do that. Going once, going twice. All right. We're going to call that enough for Edge Entertainment's French edition of Munchkin. So we'll go back up to here. So those are two from the standard Munchkin set that from some of our international partners. Now some other recent releases that we've got with us. Put the rule book back in here. So that was the French edition from Edge Entertainment and the Argentinian edition from Bureau de Juegos. Now we have some other ones here that are Munchkin Warhammer 40,000 in our international editions. So let's start off with the core set here. This is also from Edge Entertainment. This also looks like a French edition, edgeint.fr. So yeah, this is their French version of Munchkin Warhammer 40,000. So if I want to look here on the box, that is our box cover. Looks very similar to the main box cover to compare. So again, that's a pretty straightforward cover of the box. Slightly smaller size, so we've got their rule book here. Let's go ahead and look at that on the overhead. Again, they give us a couple of these bags here. And let's get the box in here. Go to the straight down, Brandon. All right, so in the box, we've got a couple of these nice little poly bags for keeping the cards separated out. We've got the door cards and the treasure cards and the die that has our Munchkin head on it. It's kind of a minty green, kind of matches the background of these door cards here. That's what's in the box. So we'll look at the rule sheet next. So the rule book comes out, again, slightly smaller size than our box, a little more shelf space, a little less shelf space than ours takes up. We're looking at some of the rules here. Again, pretty standard Munchkin layout. Covers all the goodies you need to know with some of the art and everything. Covers death, covers curses, a rapid start. So let's get into the cards. We'll go ahead and open up our door cards first. And these look more like they're more like a straight up cover of the design of our cards. So if we want to take a look just at the graphic design in general, these on the left side are from Edge Entertainment's French edition. And on the right side are from our edition of Munchkin Warhammer 40,000. So you see they pretty much kept the same graphic design on this particular edition. As opposed to like the other one, they went with a more heavy dungeon scroll look for that. Obviously that doesn't work for Warhammer because, well, it might for classic Warhammer, but not for Warhammer 40,000. And these I'm not going to know as well as the Munchkin core cards without just by the art because I've not been playing this one nearly as much as I have core Munchkin over the years. But we've got the several alliance cards for which factions you're part of. No, those are for making alliances between factions. We still have curses in the form of grenades and a few other things. Malediction impossible de localiser l'astronomica. It's impossible to locate star map. Best guess. My French is rustier than other things. / non-existent. Let's see, what else do we have? Good. Some more of the curses. Degrade. Décors oubliés à la maison. I bet that's something about house rules. Based on the art and the stuff. What else do we have? Oh, not enough DACA. I recognize orcs and DACA anywhere. In any language. There's just not enough DACA going on there. Or out of grenades. A lot of curses in this set. Hollow projection. Requisition. So some of these don't change much. And then, of course, when you get into the actual monsters, I'm assuming we're going to see not much translation because things are specifically named. But you get a few. Paint, unpainted, -5 to level monster. It's one of my favorite modifiers in this particular edition because I know far too many people that have had to deal with not having all their stuff painted. Hunter. Sorry, I didn't say anything. There's the Eldari. There's the Death Guards. Necrons. And some orcs. So you can see, going to be the same in any language for those. Oh, and of course, you also have the Tyranids. And the Ultramarines. So we've got a lot of the races, a lot of the classes, a lot of the factions, I believe it is, in this one. Then we get into some of the actual monsters. So Gretchen, Nurglings, Servitors, Snotlings. So a lot of these don't change. Have the Horror de Soufre de Cinch. The Scatterby Canoptek. So some are a little bit off, a little bit different. The Parasite de Mortreux. The Horror Bleu de Zinch. So a lot of the horrors of Zinch are color-coded there. We have the Poxwalker, the Marchier Viril. The Servocrane. The Gorgon. Mandragore didn't change much. Horror Rose de Zinch. So red, yellow, and blue horrors of Zinch. Looks like we're going through the whole spectrum there. The Medicos. So a lot of our monsters from the set. If If you're joining us, we're looking through the Edge Entertainment's French translation of Munchkin Warhammer 40,000. That's our door deck. Let's go to the treasures next. And if there's anything in particular you want me to look for, I will try to find it. Let's go ahead and open up the treasures here. And these aren't obviously all of the translations. This is just some of the most recent ones. Like I said, Edge also does our Spanish translations. We've got companies that do Russian, Italian, Korean. I think we're in, I want to say it's at least 20 different languages. It might be pushing 30. Andrew would be able to say for sure. He's not in the office right now, but we've got a lot. If you go to our Munchkin website, most of the editions that have translations will have some flags down at the bottom. You can see what other languages it's in if you're looking to buy this for a friend or family member out of the country. Most of those are published in those countries, not here in the US. So you probably have a better time finding them in their country that they're published in rather than here. But you may be able to import them. All right, so these are treasures. Let's see what we've got. So again, these are same graphic design as our treasures. This one's better. This is plus the DACA, which is a much better way for DACA to go. You want more DACA, not less DACA. Always more DACA. I got a side by side there. Yeah, more DACA is better. All the DACA in the world. Well, yeah, he's got more DACA. Don't mix the decks. Shovel those together, make someone production's life miserable later. All right, so we'll start with more DACA there. An arms cache, which is like more DACA. Some grenades, or again, like more DACA. A lot of the one-shots in the Warhammer 40,000 set are grenades. So you have the anti-char grenade, the grenade de plasma, the anti-personnel grenade, or grenade anti-personnel, the grenade bubonique, plague grenade, I assume, the grenade grenadon, grenade fragmentation, grenade disruptance. There's a lot of grenades. I'm not going to read all of these guys because I can only mangle so many things in a day. But a lot of grenades in this set. A lot of the one-shots are grenades. Bébête de la ruche du destructeur. I'm not even going to try to translate that. So some more grenades, more grenades, more grenades. Another de pipe. So some of the loaded and reloaded dice. We have the ultra pip. The homage tongs. The Tuk de Valhallen, which amuses me. The Surf Anti-Grav. The Incinerator a Plasma. I like that one. I like that. It's not quite the Staff of Napalm, but I like it. The Casque Neurostatique, the Pinch Energetic, the Separator Tour. Oh, monster snuck in there. Fabius Bile. The Limenros. Clave, the Fusil Disruptor. I'm not going to try that one, but armor of a lot of stuff. Shut up, Brandon. Pistolet à radium, the radium pistol. Épée de la piste. The baton saucier. Sorcier. Saucier would be different. That'd be the cooking edition.
You could probably use that to cook.
You know, you could use it to like reminds you of one of those whisks used to do Mexican hot chocolate. A little bit. You could froth up some hot chocolate with that. The Canon Fantôme. The Casque d'Elu. The Gros Kikup. Some lasers. Obliterarium. And the Console d'Annihilation. Sounds bad in any language. Sounds like that'd be a problem.
That's what the console I want for Christmas.
You know, as long as it's not pointed at me, I can find a use or two for it. Then we have some of the go up a level cards. Drop these out here. And it's a lot to mess up upside down, so I'm just going to let you guys read those and mispronounce them yourself in the comfort of your own home. All right, and that is Munchkin Warhammer 40,000 by Edge Entertainment in French. We got anything in particular from chat, Brandon, while I switch editions?
You know if Crazy Cooks has been translated yet?
I don't have the list of what's been translated or what's coming up recently. I'd probably have to pester Andrew for that one, and you know, it's just Brandon and I in the office here right now. So I couldn't tell you if that one has been translated or is on the list to be translated.
It looks like it's only in German.
Only in German?
Yeah.
Brandon, it's Brandon checking the website while we're doing this. That was Munchkin Warhammer 40,000 in French. And like I said, our partners pick up ones that they think are going to do well in their markets. And there's usually some delay because they've got to wait for it to be out, and so they can have our files so they can start working on translations and stuff. So the last one we've got today is Munchkin Warhammer 40,000 again, but this time it's from Pegasus Spiel, who is our German translator, who I think has done the most translations of other editions for us. And we're going to go ahead and look at that. So again, this is a smaller size. So you can see, if we want to stack these up here, here is, let's try to get this in shot, reverse direction here. So there's the German Munchkin Warhammer 40,000. This is the French Munchkin Warhammer 40,000. And this is our Munchkin Warhammer 40,000 Deluxe. This is our Deluxe set, so it's got the box and everything. Our normal sets would be in, you know, this normal standard size Munchkin box. So a lot of them will do smaller box versions, just to fit more on the shelves, I suppose. Different markets have different preferences on their packaging size and stuff like that. But this looks much the same. They've cut it down a little bit to do a little bit more background art on it. And inside we've got more of our fold style rulebook than the book style rulebook that we're seeing with the edged editions. But again, this is still Munchkin Warhammer 40,000. The German rules. And let's see, their box, no big fancy insides, but fits everything you need. We got the same die. It's got the same kind of green background color that fits with the design on the cards. Has the Munchkin head pip on it again. All right, let's dig into the cards. Start off with we've got some separator cards, it looks like. I can't quite read that because my German is non-existent, aside from a few things I've had to pick up. But
Just to keep the deck separate, and these are not for use in the game.
for use in play, I know Spiel is play because of Pegasus Spiel, which is not related. Sorry, Pegasus Spiel is this company, so play is what they use for game and stuff. I also know from Essen Spiel, which is a big game convention or a big game trade show that happens in Germany every year in Essen, Germany. So it's called Essen Spiel. So I've actually met some of our partners at Pegasus before when I got to go over there one year. And this year, much like all the rest of us, they can't do in-person shows, but they are doing like many companies or events, they're doing a digital show. It's actually this weekend. It's Spiel Digital is happening. Excuse me. Some water here. It's happening this weekend. Spiel.digital is the URL, SPIEL.digital. So if you want to see what a gaming trade show looks like, or a virtual one at least, you can go there and check out. I know they've got some games planned, and sounds like several other events. So you want to see what a game show trade fair, and one of the biggest ones in the world, looks like. Because I remember going to that, there were companies, it was huge convention hall, or several convention halls, and companies from all over the world. There was sections of here's the Korean developers, here's the China developers, here's the French companies, the German companies, the U.S. companies, just everybody was there. All right, but this is from Pegasus Spiel, our partners there in Germany, doing Munchkin Warhammer 40,000. So we can see the backs of the cards are, again, same graphic design as ours. And on the inside, we're looking at, again, pretty much the same thing. Hey, we got lucked out on this side. So again, let's go ahead and start with the door cards. Put those back with our set. So again, we have the alliance cards, just like before. We have some of the curse cards, which are Fulch. Fulch, du hast nu Vogel. Fulch, du kannst das Astronomicon nicht finden. So I think that you can't find the star map, based on the two versions I've seen now. I am curious to compare. We have bird brain there. Oh, you can't locate the Astronomicon. I was close. I had to figure that out, see if I was even in the ballpark there. Let's see, what else do we have? We got more curse. We have Flush Unterworfen. Flush, du hast dein Gelegen zu Haus vergessen. I'm betting that's a house rules. It's demoted, drummed out. Left your terrain at home. There we go. I knew that was a take on in-game play. First, Struschel Verglet. Curse, kein Daka mehr. Not enough Daka. Always sad, always sad. Do worst. I'm not going to try to read that one upside down. I thought I was gonna. I turned it over. Hollow projection. Zwilling. The Wilderness Monster. Grimdark. Plus 10 for monster. The Stashling. I got my favorite curse. Unbemelt, the unpainted penalty. Then we have our armies. We have the Eldar. We have the Death Guards. We have the Necrons. I'll give you a lot of these separator cards. They've got them for in between each army. A lot of options for organization since they have a small box, I suppose. We've got our Orcs. We've got our Tyranids. And our Ultramarines. So all the same 40k armies you love, just in German. Then we get down to our monsters. I still have the Grots, and the Nurglings, and the Snotlings. So again, language doesn't change these much. Wrong way. Small, green, and annoying is pretty much the same in any language, apparently. We have our Servitors of Tzeentch and our various colors and flavors. The Blau Horror, the Rosa Horror, the Schwefliger Horror. Those are all three Tzeentch horrors that we got there. There's the Demonette. The Hellions. Servo Shakda. Probably wrong. The Hamydra. Dox. So that's closer to the actual one. Dox. The Primaris Cycloneer. Fabius Gallus is apparently the same in any language. Robot Gimon. So there's a lot of our monsters for the German edition. And let's go ahead and take a look at what we got for the last bit here is our loot cards. What do we have for loot? Best one, of course, Merodaka. Always need Merodaka. The Waffenversteck. Some grenades, some grenades, some grenades, some grenades, some grenades, some grenades. A lot of grenades. Again, that's the big one-shot items. A set of potions for Warhammer 40,000, it's grenades. Significantly fewer words on this one. This is the Führenkaffer. Some more grenades. The Gezinkterwürfel. And the Doppelt Gezinkterwürfel. So the loaded die and the ultra loaded die, very loaded die. The Munchkin. We'll go through a few more of these. So we have the built-in sander, the Valhalla Polarmütze, the Plasma Werfer. So the Impulse Blaster, still pretty much straight up same thing there. Our Stersab. Laser Pistol doesn't quite do that justice, I don't think. But Obliterarium still is the same. And the Annihilator Delight here, which is, much the same. All right, so that is from our partners in Germany, Pegasus Spiel. That is Munchkin Warhammer 40,000 in German. So those are a look at some of our recent partners, translation partner things that they've published. Sorry, get those in the right order. You can see sometimes they change up the graphic design a little bit. Sometimes they go straight with what we've got. But it is the same Munchkin no matter what language you play it in. So we want to thank you guys for dropping by and taking a look at this. We'll be back next week with Hunter. I think we are going to be looking at a new Munchkin set, although we may be doing some Halloween stuff also, or two. We'll see what the plan is once Hunter gets back to us. I think he's coming back tomorrow. So we'll talk to him then, and we'll see what we're going to be up for next week. But thank you for dropping by and seeing what we've got to offer in some Munchkin in different languages. And again, I apologize for any and all of those pronunciations that I'm sure were not correct in the slightest. But thank you guys for dropping by. We'll be back next week at Thursday at 2 p.m. to do some more live with SJGames. Make sure you get out there. Most places have early voting now. I did mine today. So get out there and vote for our upcoming elections, because it's important that everybody votes and participates in the voting process. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks a lot for coming by.